Hi, I'm Matt Pearson, and this is the second part of my tutorial about the cloner transitions. The first part was changing the actual shapes of the clones themselves, and now what we're going to do is focus on the color. So from, as you can see here, from purple to yellow, we're going to keep the same shape but just focus on the color. And this is a lot simpler than the actual shapes. We can just keep one cloner itself, and let's jump into that. So if we create some text again, make it a little bigger so we can see what we're doing. What have we got? Let's try impact. There you go. Let's make that editable. There we go. Oop. And then connect objects and delete. Drop a cloner object in there, and let's make something we can clone. Drop that down to 5. Now on the cloner settings, let's set the mode to object and drop our text in there, and we can clone our text. Let's change that to volume and increase it so we can see what we're doing. Hide the text, and there we have it. Let's increase the size slightly. This is very basic, just to show you what we can do. So using the plane effector, we can sweep through this text and actually change the color. But first we need to make a material, and in that material under color, if we come and MoGraph and choose multi-shader, this will allow us to have one material on the cloner but cycle through different colors. So in there, this is where we'll have our list of colors. You can have as many as you want, but if we just have about 4 and then click color on all of them, and if we change these to fairly bright colors so we can see how it works. Let's go red, blue, let's have a green, and yellow. There we go. And then make sure under mode you've got this set to color brightness. And what will that will do is, dependent on the actual cloner's color, under transform here, it will select which color. Now because we have 4, it will convert it into quarters. So if the brightness is between 0 and 25%, so in the first quarter, between 0 under the V and 25%, it should turn red, sorry. From 25 to 50, it will turn blue, 50 to 75 green, and 75 to 100 should be yellow. So if we clear that. So we're on, let's add the material first to the cloner. Now hopefully this should be red. I know the actual viewport, it will stay on yellow. It won't update it until you render. So hopefully, let's get rid of the text. And as you see, it's red. If we change that to, say, the third color between 50 and 75, down a bit, that should now be green. And there we go. And what we can do is, using a plane effector, we can change parts of the cloners or change the clones separately. So if we, in our plane effector, select a fall off, and then into parameters, deselect position, and in color mode, change it to user defined. And this will actually change the color of the cloner itself. So if we change that to the between 25% and 50 to get our second color, blue, and reduce the fall off, what we'll find, let's just reduce the size slightly, hopefully it is wherever that's passed over should now be blue. Let's just make sure it's in our cloner effectors. Yep. And there we have it. You can see the outline of the blue box, fall off box. And again, if we copy and paste that, again, if we make sure we put it into the effector, the clone effectors, and change the color output to the third color, so between 50 and 75%. Let's move that. That should now be green. Oh, so here on the cloner, the actual base color of the cloner is 183. So let's put, so the base cloner without any effectors, if we put it right down to the first color, red, and then render, there you go. So the whole original color is red, and then as we pass our plane effectors through, it will change the colors to the second color, third color, and we just copy and paste that. Change the color to the fourth quarter. Move that up here somewhere. Make sure it's in the cloner effectors, and render that. And as you can see, it's yellow. And so we can animate these through the clones. You could do a lot more than I've done here, but that is a very simple way of changing clone colors. You can have as many as you want, and you can create fall offs through the planers. So if we get rid of these two and keep our fourth quarter, our yellow plane effector, let's increase the size slightly and increase the fall off. So between the red box, as you can see here, and the yellow box, it will pass between 0% and 100% brightness. So the clones within this section should actually fall off between all the different colors. So it should be the base color red, then goes into blue, green, and then as it hits the red box, it should be yellow. And there you can see over the fall off, it's gone through all the colors. So if you created a lot of colors in the material tab, or you could blend it so it went from a yellow to orange, dark orange, red, and you could make it look like a flame, or you could use it to your advantage. And that's my second tutorial. I hope you found this useful, the same as my first tutorial, and thank you for the comments so far. I'll look forward to hearing any more comments you have about this. Thanks a lot.